I'm Aveline. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building a family home in Willow Creek, and this one is built on a 30 by 20. It's not a tiny house, and I know that I've been building a lot of tiny houses lately, so I just kind of wanted to build something a little bit different because I know that once, like personally, I am gonna go a little bit tiny house crazy once I get access to the new pack, just because I feel like I don't know, I'm in that kind of mood, so be expecting more, at least tiny houses or smaller houses, maybe even a micro home, I don't really know. Be expecting that over, I don't know but when I get access to the new pack. Anyways, so yeah, I just wanted to build something a little bit different from what I've been building lately, which has mainly been like eco-inspired tiny houses or just very modern, contemporary tiny houses, like that sort of vibe. So I haven't built any cottages, not for a while at least, or any suburban kind of houses. And I just wanted to build something a little bit more traditional today, so we ended up building this. However, the interior is not traditional whatsoever, because I'm just not feeling that vibe. It's not for me personally. I never really liked it, so it's like base game stuff. I don't like that kind of furniture style. It's not for me personally, so if it's your kind of style, that's completely fine, but just not for me. So I don't use it a lot in The Sims. I kind of tend to stick to either a more modern sort of vibe or something like that. So, and today I think we could probably call it modern or something like that. I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge. So this house is meant for a foster family. So we have a pair of parents. I don't know if maybe they just don't want to have like their own biological kids or what's it called, like adopt children or something, but they decided to foster children, so they have a teen living in this house and also a child, and they're both living on the second floor while the parents or the foster parents' bedroom is on the ground floor. Because I got a suggestion lately if I could do another foster home, because I've done a couple of them in the past, but it's kind of been a while. I also feel like it's been a while since I've built like a bigger family home as well, so it was kind of fitting, and I decided to go for it. The floor plan is a little bit strange on the ground floor, like I'm not gonna lie, you have to kind of walk around a little bit, but there's a reason for that. I wanted to use the fireplace, so that's why, I don't know, you'll see it once we get to it. It's just a little bit strange because you do have to like walk through the kitchen and dining room to get to the living room, which is not optimal. But sometimes floor plans just don't turn out perfectly. I could have made it a little bit more optimal, but that meant I would have had to take out the fireplace, and I really wanted them to have a fireplace. I like the living room. It's very open. It's not cluttered like my usual builds are, and it's not like cramped together either. It's actually fairly empty almost, but it's really open because there's this part of the back of the build. You saw me do it just before where I ended up making like a sunroom kind of situation. So I put down it looks like they have a renovated part of the house on the back with a lot of windows, and that's where I end up putting the living room. And I really like that kind of room. I want one like that myself, but at the same time, I'm afraid of windows at night because you can look out, or you can't look out, but you can look in if there's light inside the house. I don't know. It freaks me out. Am I the only one? This is why I don't like summer residences or summer houses and stuff, because they always have usually have bigger windows, and you can't look out because it's dark outside unless there's light outside. You can't see anything, but everyone can look in, and it just freaks me out. I don't like it. So anyways, it's kind of like a dilemma, I suppose, whatever. But also I can't afford it anyway, so it's not relevant for me. So anyways, a girl can dream or something. So yeah, but I do like that part of the house, and I wanted the living room to be there. So it's really cozy. It's probably nice that winter too because they have the fireplace, and at summer they can have a lot of plants in there too, and I don't know, it's just, yes, my kind of vibe. So yeah, but I hope you guys will like this house. I did want the video up a little bit earlier today, but my neighbors or some other people in the apartment building have been drilling since like 1 o'clock. So kind of like on off, but since it's on off, I don't know when they start again. So I'm kind of like, when can I do the voiceover? I've just been sitting here waiting, and I've edited the screenshots and that sort of thing. Like, I've not just been sitting here staring at my computer, I've still been doing other stuff, working on other stuff, but I can't record with voice. So that means real-time videos or voiceovers as long as they're drilling, because the microphone will pick up on it. It's a thing. It's a whole saga on the channel. My neighbors love to drill. I don't really know what's going on with that. But I think it's actually throughout the whole building, so it's not just my neighbors. However, today it's really close to my apartment unit. So it might be either like my actual neighbors or my upstairs neighbor or something like that. But sometimes I can still hear it if it's like on the 3rd floor or whatever, a couple of apartment units away from mine, So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. This is how the building works. We're just gonna have to deal with it. But yeah, I've just been waiting for them to stop drilling so that I could do my voiceover and get this video out for you guys, and it took a while. They might still start again, so I'll have to take a break. I don't know. If I start sounding like I don't know what I've talked about throughout the whole voiceover, it's because I've had to take a break, basically, because I don't remember what I talk about during the voiceover. I don't keep track of it. So yeah, just so you know. But we're gonna work with what we have. We're gonna make this work, and yeah, I do hope you guys enjoy this house though. So I know that it's like different it's very basic. I feel like the house itself is very basic, but at the same time it's different from what I've been building a lot lately, which makes it feel different, but it's still very basic. I don't know how to explain that, but hopefully you guys get what I mean. Also, the color scheme in this house is a little bit on the softer side, so I'm using one of my favorite wooden floors in the game, which is from Cats and Dogs, and I'm doing the rotated pattern, so it looks like squares. You'll see it in just a second, but it has this really, then my voice just completely cracked for a second there. It has this really like soft kind of brown color. I don't know how to, it's very pleasant. It's very soft. You can see it right here. It's just a very pleasant color. I don't know how to explain that, but it is a very pleasant color to me personally. So I ended up mixing it with some softer brown tones, so a lot of like neutral tones like beige, maybe a little bit of darker kind of still softer sort of brown, and then we're using light wood tones as well, so light brown wood tones and white wood tones. Maybe add a little bit of blue in there, a little bit of, especially in the parents' bedroom, there's a nice like lighter soft blue, like a muted kind of soft blue, a light blue. I'm so bad at explaining colors, but I really want to explain the color scheme because I talk about other stuff quite a lot, so I'm trying to talk about the build today. And then in the living room, we're using some more muted light green tones as well, so just like softer colors, nothing too vibrant, nothing too saturated, but I felt like that's the kind of vibe I wanted to go for the interior, because I felt like it would fit with the exterior, and that is the thing. I like to mix, or I like to match the interiors with the exteriors. I feel like it kind of has to have the same sort of aesthetic, you know what I mean? So sometimes I'm like, no, let's do the opposite, but most often I'll try to make it fit with the exterior. So when I say that I want to talk about the build a little bit, I know that some of you guys actually prefer when I talk about random stuff, but I also know that some of you guys prefer when I just talk about the build. However, I don't feel like I can give you any tips or anything on building. I can't explain anything I'm doing, because first of all, I suck at explaining things, but also, like, that's the thing. I think it's because it's not my first language, so it's just kind of, I always feel like I don't get my point, like my point doesn't come across, or I just say the wrong words or something. I just suck at explaining things. I do it in Danish too, so it might not even be that, but anyways, I should not be a teacher. I'm never gonna be a teacher, but I'm okay with that, so that life is not for me anyways. I'm not dissing teachers, by the way. My dad was a teacher before he was retired, so trust me, I'm not dissing teachers whatsoever. Just not for me personally. I think I would do a sucky job at it. Go teachers though, like you're doing great. But personally, do not know how to explain things, and I don't know which part of my building process you guys want me to explain either, because to me, I just feel like everything I do is very obvious, and I realize that it might not be to all of you guys. Like, there might be a couple of you guys out there that are newer to building or something like that, and I'm doing all these kinds of things, so you're like, what's going on? But to me, because I've been building so many houses, everything just seems kind of obvious, so I'm like, which part would you even want to know about? You know? So if I do anything, let me know in the comments, and I don't know, I might talk about it in the next voiceover or something like that. If I do something very often and I've never explained how I do it, let me know, and I'll definitely mention it in the next voiceover. It's just that honestly, I don't know what, like, do I even do any tricks when I build, you know? Like, it's kind of like that. I don't realize that if I do anything. So yeah, please let me know, because I am clearly very clueless and I don't know what you guys want to know. So let me know in the comments, ask me questions, so on and so on, so I can help you guys if there's anything you want help with. I do like mentioning the color schemes usually though, because it's actually one of my favorite parts of building. I always like to choose exterior wallpapers, although today I did take inspiration from, because usually when I build houses, I haven't mentioned this for a while I think, but usually when I build houses that are a little bit on the bigger side, like this one, so it's not a tiny house basically, but it's not a small house either, it's just a little bit bigger, I will usually take inspiration for the facade from a picture on Pinterest or something like that, and then I'll just add my own bits to it. I'll maybe swap the windows around, or not swap them around, but like choose my own windows, choose my own color scheme, make the back side of the build completely myself. I'll come up with the landscaping at the front of the back as well. It's basically just like the shape where you put the walls at the front that I'll take inspiration for. So sometimes I don't do the facade as it is on the picture. I'll just take inspiration. There's a difference between rebuilding stuff and taking inspiration, and I don't really know how to explain it, but there is. So yeah, I'll do that. And then I'll come up with my own color scheme because I love to do that. But today I actually went with the color scheme that they used on the real house, the one that I took inspiration from, because it was very pleasant to me. So it had like, I think either a red or a brown brick on the garage part of the house, and then it just had like plain white wood, what's it called? What's siding? Is that what it's called? Yeah, for the rest of the house. And I don't know, those two colors together, or white is not a color, but whatever. White and brown together, or white and this kind of like warm, almost brownish kind of red. Those colors are very pleasant to me when they're combined, so I just thought that it would look very clean and nice from the exterior if I went with the same color scheme, so I went for it. But for the interior, I decided to go for it myself. And I do feel like the white on the exterior works well with the interior color scheme, because I didn't want to make everything white, you know, an all white build kind of, some people can get away with it, personally, no. But it's also because I get really frustrated when the white colors in the games, or in the game, are not the same color. Like, some of them are a little bit on the more off-white side, some of them are a little bit more gray. Perfect example right here, we have a tiny living dresser next to a base game dresser. They're both white, but they're not the same color at all, because the base game dresser has like a blue tint to it, and the tiny living dresser has a more gray tint to it. It's often like that with Sims items, which is why I never go for all white interiors. I'll always add a little bit of gray in there, or I don't know, mint or something else. I'll never do an all-white build because the whites are just not the same, which is super annoying, by the way. I would love to do an all-white build, and then with like plants, that would look so cool. Maybe like a brown floor and then all-white furniture and plants. Oh, that would look so good, but because the whites are not the same white, it's just annoying. To me, personally. I'm sure that some people don't care, but I do. So, plus an all-white for a family home where you have a child living. Could you imagine if that child started making a mess on the floor? Oh my gosh, no, no, no. So yeah, definitely not. But I do like the color scheme that I came up with, even though it's not like a set color scheme because it changes from room to room, but it's soft and like neutrally, but that's not a word. But I don't know, I like it, so I hope you guys like it too. So this is the teen's bedroom, and I don't think I've ever used that bed swatch before. Like, to be honest, I don't recall ever using that one before, but it's really, really cute. There are like small cats on it, and I'm not I'm not a cat person, I know. We're entering very controversial territory, but I'm not a cat person. If you are a cat person, that's completely fine. I just grew up with a dog, and I love my dog very, very much. She passed in 2016, and I still miss her. I had her for 16 years. Yeah, she was born in 2010. What? 20 what? 20. That's not a thing. 2000. She was born in 2000. So she turned 16 and a half, and then she passed away. And I loved her so much. So I am a dog person. Like, yes, I am a dog person. I feel like that should be very obvious from my intro as well. There's a corgi in it. In my header, there's a corgi. And my Discord server, which you haven't joined, by the way, you definitely should. There's an invitation link in the description. But it's called Corgi Butts or something because I couldn't come up with a better name in 2017 when I made it. And I love dogs. So, but that bed, like the bed sheets on that bed is so, so adorable. I feel like I need to explain the numbers thing because I definitely just butchered the word 2000, but she was born in the year 2000. She passed away in 2016. So she turned 16 and a half, and she was a very lovely dog, a bit of a diva, not gonna lie. She had a bit of a mouth on her. I don't know. She barked a lot. She was very diva-ish, which is just kind of funny when it comes to dogs. Like, I love when dogs have personalities that you can sense. But I loved her so much. She was my favorite being on the entire planet. So yeah, anyways. I did actually consider giving this family a pet, so either a cat or a dog, but I don't know, I decided against it because usually when it comes to family homes, I always, or at least I feel like I always give them pets. So for this one, I was like, yeah, I kind of want to give them a dog or a cat, but let's not go there, not today, because not every family has a pet, you know, allergies and costs and stuff. Like, it's just not, or just not wanting to have a pet. Not every family has a pet, but I don't know, this family, for some reason, I just felt like they should have had one. So if you want to add anything pet related, you totally can. There's plenty of room in the kitchen for some food bowls as well. You can put, I don't know, actually about, what's it called, the litter box. I'm not sure you can place that in the bathrooms because they're quite small. However, if you place the laundry machine, so the tumbler or the tumbling, why have I completely forgotten what that's called right now? What? The machine where you dry your clothes in. If you place that on top, no, the other, wait, which one is on top? Yeah, if you place that one on top of the laundry machine, you can put a litter box next to it, but that means the cat has to do their business in the laundry room, and I'm not sure, do cats like that? I don't know cats, but there would be room for a litter box in there. I almost said a laundry box. That would be awkward. So anyways, you could do that if you want to. Also, I would like to point out that I realized today's voiceover is a mess, and under other circumstances, I probably would have redone a lot of parts of this video, but because I am also listening out for drilling at the same time, I'm just kind of winging it. You know, this is what we're dealing with today. I hope you guys are enjoying it though. I don't know, you might not, but that's completely fine. Also, I've been watching a lot of, I don't know if you guys know her, but I've been watching a lot of Aveline lately, and she's so hilarious. And just like, if she messes up, like, yeah, she's just going with it, and she has a lot of side notes. And I'm like, the side notes are so funny. So she's inspiring me, even though she's a true crime YouTuber and I do Sims, but you know, I love her, so I just wanted to put that out there. If you guys don't know her, just Aveline, or if you guys know her and you don't mind true crime, if you don't like true crime, don't look her up. But if you like true crime, I can recommend her because she is hilarious. But yeah, I should probably just have said, like, she does true crime because I know that true crime is not for everyone. So, anyways, I feel like we might almost be at the end of the video, so it's time to wrap up things. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you like the build, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. If you're not on my Discord server, you can join that by clicking on the link in the description. And also, if you want to check out my second channel where I do Roblox content, that's also linked to in the description as well. I was told a month ago or something that I should mention my Roblox channel more often. I suck at plugging my own stuff like Instagram and stuff, but It's always linked in the description along with all my other socials. So there you go. I tried. Did I do YouTube good? I don't know. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Friends will come, friends will go. They all seem to change while I'm still the same. 'Cause I just can't let go. And there's no one to blame. It's just the way it is. Like stone, emotionless in this world of stories, oh, like stone, I'll be here forever, waiting for your call. Lovers come, lovers go, and their hearts seem to change, but mine's still the same. 'Cause I still love them